love them. Sure. So maybe just a few words on behalf of Gimnasia Świetlica. It is, of course, my great honor and pleasure to welcome our guest today, Ms. Mary Wilson of the Supremes. And also I would like to welcome our friends from the embassy. Mr. Brian, if you're kind enough to introduce Ms. Wilson with your own words. You're coming from the United States, so maybe this will be easier.
Sure. Dobro jutro. Kako ste? Ali je jutro ili dan? Za mene mislim da... Razumemo da govorite angleško?
Yeah.
Yes? Okay. Torej, we are incredibly privileged and incredibly happy to be able to bring an incredibly unique opportunity to Slovenia. Ms. Mary Wilson is with us as one of the founding members and the longest serving member of the Supremes. Correct, ma'am?
Yes.
The Supremes really changed because at the time we had a very difficult history of how people were being treated and how we were functioning as a society together. And music, as it often does, played an important role in moving people together. And Ms. Wilson's group, the Supremes, was instrumental in that. She is an important part that played, but also about our identity as a nation. God approves of what I'm saying here. So, with really no...
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, hold on, I'm going to turn this off now. Oh, thank you. Thanks so much, Marion. And so this is my last book. But it was my English teacher, Mr. Boone, who encouraged me to actually write, to become a writer. In fact, when I was in the 11th grade, and he said to me, Miss Wilson, I think instead of being a singer, you should become a writer. And so thus, now, some 60 years later, I've written my third book because of my English teacher. So always remember, always remember him, because he can say something that will inspire you to accomplish your dreams. And as most of you see, what I'm speaking about is daring to dream. And I don't know if that means anything to you. And flirt. You guys flirt? Okay. So, when you're young, you just want to have fun, all right? How many people out there just want to have fun? Girls just want to have fun. You don't know that song, do you? Okay. Candy. Yeah, right? Yes, that's the one. But really, when you're young, that's all you want to do is just have fun. It's your parents and your teachers and your principals and all these people tell you, be serious. You got to, what do you want to be when you grow up? What would you like to be when you grow up?
I want to run my company.
Okay, a businesswoman. Yes. How about you?
Designer.
Oh, a designer. Oh. I've been in business for 60 years. I'm 75 years old, right? And so you have no idea what you want to be when you grow up, if you ever grow up. How about you? Do you know what you would like to be?
I don't.
And it's, like I say, it's okay not to know, because you have lots of room to grow and it'll change. What do you mean? But actually I was screaming. But anyway, it did come true that years later, even though I didn't know what I wanted to be, I became that. I became what they call Black American princesses. Now, I think it was Brian who mentioned very early on in America, we as Black people were not really considered citizens. I don't know if you have that sort of inequality here in John Lennon famous. Anyway, the point being is that you're looking at me really strangely. So here we are, we're three little Black girls who dared to dream, and we were beautiful Black girls. Don't you agree? Can you see that? You can't see me. There you go. There you go. Okay. Just going to show you a couple of pictures of us when we started singing, and then. Okay, we started singing in 1959. That was like almost 60 years ago. Can you believe 60 years ago, I didn't know what I wanted to be. I was just like you, just sitting here like, okay. But then I met three young ladies, Florence, Diane, myself, and we became the Primettes. So what I want to talk about is how we, the Supremes, set out to achieve our dreams, and our dreams were not always easy. Things are not always easy in life. Now, 100 years before we started singing in 1887, I think it was, there was a rule that was handed down by the government that said we as black people could not sue for our rights just because someone else had been sued. And so it was one of those things where for us to dare to dream was an impossible dream of becoming something famous because the government said we couldn't. But we dared to dream, and we made our dreams come true, and we did become major stars around the world. Now that doesn't mean much to you because you can be, you guys, how many people out there think that they're stars, that they're really great? What? Not yet? But how many people think that you are wonderful as a human being? Every hand should be up. Every hand should be up. And the reason why I'm saying that is because you have the right to believe that. Back in those days, we did not have that right. So we had to fight for everything to become as wonderful as you are. Really? I didn't think I was as wonderful as you are. I didn't think I was as wonderful as you are. Because the government said I was not wonderful. You can read any of your classical books, and you will read these books that will tell you that black people were ignorant, they were lazy, and they would never succeed. Well, I proved them wrong. We, the Supremes, proved them all wrong, that we did succeed. And now everyone around the world knows our music. Maybe you don't, but your grandparents did. Yeah? Okay. And here we are as the four young ladies who originally started singing. We were the Primettes. And so we went around our United States performing, and a lot of places turned us down because, again, we were black. How many years did that we survived being called we were black and that we would not succeed in life? For us, we thought we would never succeed. I never thought I'd be here around the world speaking to you about my life. But here I am. Why did that happen? Because I dared to dream. Maybe I didn't know what I wanted to do, but once I started singing, I realized that I could make my dreams come true. So that's why you can walk on Hollywood Boulevard, and we have a star right there in Hollywood Boulevard. You can walk on it. You can Google this too. We were in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame because I know a lot of sports people have the Hall of Fame. Well, we, the Supremes, were in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So we've done so many things we've accomplished. I look back and I'm like, wow, how could we have done it when I didn't even know what I wanted to be when I grew up? I still haven't grown up, to be honest with you, but that's another story. So here's the star that is on La Brea and Hollywood Boulevard. You can walk all over that if you want. And throughout our career, we the Supremes have just achieved so many wonderful things, but how did we achieve them? Because we dared to dream.
Inspiration.
Oh,
I believe that everybody felt the energy in the room. So.
yeah, I hope so.
Yeah, we did.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So,
Got it?
okay.
Here we go. One more. Everybody wave. And that's perfect.
Thank you.